morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. What's going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Today, I'm going to talk about the Deadpool 3 rumors, the leaks. I'm going to do a reaction to Emergency Awesome, uh, just based on the information that he has actually been coming with, and also making sure that hold on, what the heck? With that, I guess what am I doing? Trying to figure out what I'm doing. Anyway, that and there's a rumor Robert Downey Jr. is supposed to be making a comeback too in the MCU. So I'm gonna kind of go over both of them. But the most definitely the Deadpool 3 rumors and leaks. Most definitely going to talk about that first. So, um, good morning to D Stizzle is in the house. What's going on, my brother? So you know how we do it around here. You know how it is, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of them days. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying? But even though it's Monday, the real question is. Oh man, I'm not even gonna hold you. This week, this weekend, because I worked on let me just tell you, I worked on Sunday, right? So I went in at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is abnormal because normally that's the time I normally get off. But I had an opportunity to work some overtime, you know what I'm saying? And when you have a week when you when we get vacation time, um, because of course 4th of July you get holiday pay. It's always cool to kind of come in and and get the and if you can get some overtime, man, just you know boost your little checkup. You know what I mean, man? So I'm with my super. It's a new supervisor too. New supervisor dude. We over there chatting and everything, and he was like, "Yo, you know what I mean? I want you to come work up in this spot. I want you to relieve this lady or whatever." Never tells me when we're getting off though. Never says, "Hey, you're gonna work over here. I know you came in at like 5, so I'm gonna get you out of here about 3 because I can't pay you any overtime." This fool left me there, and then looked at me like it was 3:30, and by that time, you know what I'm saying. It's a little over the time for me to get the holiday. I mean, you know what I'm saying, get paid for my overtime. Dude wouldn't pay me my overtime. Like, man, I can only pay you, 10 hour. I can't pay you anything over. I'm gonna have to owe you, bruh. Bruh. Yeah, you gonna owe me, dog. And then I was on a job where, I'm constantly moving. I'm talking about, dog. I was so tired of walking. And I just got, hey, why everybody tell me, all my sneakerhead friends, you know what I mean? Why you didn't tell me New Balances was so comfortable? You know what I mean? I got all these sneakerhead friends, ain't nobody told me New Balances were super comfortable. But like anything, you walk long enough, your feet gonna fall apart. Your legs gonna get wobbly. Man, I'm over that mug with the noodle legs because I'm tired, dude. I don't work, or I first of all, I'm not a morning person anyway. I hate getting up in the morning. Let me be real with you. I'm cranky right now. I don't know if you can tell on my face, but I ain't really here. You know what I mean? But I don't like getting up in the morning unless and I like getting up and getting my money, but half of the time I don't like doing that. I'd rather do it in the evening. So I was already upset. I was pissed. I went home. I don't know what time I woke up because I was asleep. I was knocked out. You know what I mean? And that's just a little. Yeah, I didn't need to know all that, but that's just a little. Why is this not looping? Normally it'll loop, but I guess it's not. I guess they got a non-looping thing now. I don't know what's going on with this track. But yeah, you know what I mean? But that's the reason why I'm giving you this stuff. Like I was supposed to do um the video for the Sam Jackson. I mean the Sam Jackson, the Nick Fury. Is there two Nick Furies in Secret Invasion? I'm gonna have to do that like later on tonight. Now mind you, we are bringing you the Blurred AF show tonight at 7 o'clock. So don't forget to tune in to my channel tonight so you can get the Blurred AF. Tune in to the Blurred AF show. That's going to be at 7 o'clock tonight, Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So make sure you guys are tuning in to that. It's our first show. So like I said, we're supposed to be bringing you a lot of fun and everything, but yeah, yesterday pissed me off. You said I used to work third shift back in the day. I feel you on them crazy hours, man. I was pissed. I was pissed because then he was like, "Oh, well, man, my bad, bro. My bad, my bad." Tell that to my legs. You know what I mean? Remember on the Chappelle show when Rick James got his legs beat and he said his legs felt like linguine. That's exactly how my legs felt. My legs felt like linguine. But after I did get off, I did went up to my local comic shop. You know what I'm saying? Went and picked up. Now I subscribe to Deadpool. Deadpool is my if anybody know, Deadpool is my favorite comic book character of all time. All time. He's number one. Next to Logan, he's number one. You know what I mean? But yeah, just got the reading Deadpool number 8. Picked this up yesterday. Didn't get to read anything. But I don't know if y'all also are familiar, but Storm has a solo series too. And I believe this is Storm's first solo series. This is Storm number 2. I got Storm number 1. But this is Storm number 2. Her first, I believe it's her first solo series. If I'm not mistaken. I don't remember any other Storm comics at all, but that's Storm number 2. And then of course I've been on Venom. So been on Venom for a minute. X Force, been on that. You know what I mean? This is a I think that was a variant cover. And this is no, this is Venom number that was 21. This is number 22. Uh this is how this is it's I always go like every 2 weeks, but X-Men, I think this is X-Men Red. No, this is a regular X-Men. But this is Dugan's run. You know what I'm saying? That's the Dugan run. Uh Matter of fact, I would employ anyone to read if you want to. This is actually a really good Deadpool run. Elisa Wong is actually writing it in the last one we got after Scotty Young's run. Can't think of the guy's name when they did the like King Deadpool and all of that. It wasn't really that good. You know what I mean? I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't. And they're introducing a lot of characters. You know what I'm saying? Expanding a lot of the roles gallery for Deadpool in this, and I like this. And because Elisa Wong is Asian, she's bringing a lot of Asian characters. Like he has a new love interest that's in here. Valentine. So, and then of course they bring up the reason why he's hugging the little black girl. That is his daughter. That's Ellie, and Ellie goes all the way back to um, is it the Day Your Way run or is it the Dugan? I think it's the Dugan run where they had where yeah, it is the Dugan run. That's a way back to Original Sin and all of that. But they talk about his daughter in here, which is I'm not gonna lie, if you because I'm so invested in this comic, is that I read this and it does. It's heartbreaking because after they did Despicable Deadpool and they killed the Ultimate Universe, which has his daughter with Shekla. You know what I'm saying? He remembers his daughter, but has no idea who he is, and it's really hard. This is kind of heartbreaking in this comic, though, the way that they did it. You know what I mean? Because he has a daughter, he's not able to get to his daughter. You know what I mean? And they kind of reset the whole entire universe during Scotty Young's run. That's why I said Scotty Young's run was cool, but it was only 15, like what was it, 15 issues, and it got canceled. And then we came into another Deadpool run where he was interacting with the X-Men and Krakoa. It wasn't that it was all right, but it didn't last long. But Alyssa Wong's run right now is really good. It's actually has me really invested on I mean he has a Carnage dog. It's awesome. It is awesome. So that is my rant on that. But then also Venom Lethal Protector. This is Venom Lethal Protector number 5. This is all the ones that I just picked up yesterday. Because I'm on, I got the subscription. Thor number 1 annual number 1. And I really miss Marvel doing annuals. I really miss Marvel doing the annuals. Extreme Venomverse is getting wild. Extreme Venomverse is getting crazy right now. That Venomverse is wild. And then Thor number 35, I've been on Thor ever since Thor number 1 when he became cosmic. I mean a Hero of the Galactus Thor. So, and then I think in one of these runs, in one of these, oh yeah, nah, the Thor Lethal Protector, that's when Doctor Doom is getting the symbiote. That's crazy. But it's one of these where what is going on with the I don't like this update now. Because now it's not repeating the songs, it's not looping the songs at all. I don't know why it's not looping the songs, but it's not looping the songs. And it's like super loud in my ear too. But it's one of these where Venom the Carnage is going through the multiverse killing other symbiotes. Which one is that? God, I just literally just had it. But yeah, Carnage is going through the multiverse, killing other Venoms, and I think that's wild. I think that's super wild. Let me get to y'all comments before I kind of get to everything. Wolverine is my second favorite. Yeah, is Deadpool and Wolverine is my favorite comic book characters of all time. Always have been, always will be. You know what I mean? And then it's others after that. Black Panther. I always like Storm. I always like Militant Cyclops. I didn't like him in the X-Men cartoon because he was getting punked a lot. And I mean punked. And Militant Cyclops Scott Summers, no joke. I love that version of Scott Summers. I'm in the house now for sure. Yeah. I saw that comment but didn't get it. And again, well, I'm a big fan. I'm a Deadpool. Like I said, the majority of comics that I have, 75% are Deadpool comics. Not even joking. Not even joking. 75. My runs are Deadpool. That's my runs. Mini rant. When they bring a new Wolverine into the MCU, they better showcase his martial arts skills. Do that study almost every fight style on the planet, and they showcase none of that in the film because they always make him go into his berserker rage or close to his berserker rage. You know what I'm saying? But not never allowing him to actually fight. You know what I mean? So, and that has to deal with Hugh Jackman, and then you forget Bryan Singer didn't even allow them to have comics on set, which Bryan Singer, man, I mean, want to get into that, but yeah, we already know what type of dude Bryan Singer is. You know what I mean? Facts on them annuals. Whole storyline used to be told in multiple annuals. And exactly, I miss Marvel annuals. The annual, all the good annuals to introduce new characters. Also, so that's why I kind of mix them. Spider-Man every iteration, Pete, Miles, Gwen, Ben, Gwen, Craven, all of them. You already know, right? I already know Spider-Man is yours. You know what I'm saying? Deadpool, and it's funny. Even when they did when they did Spider-Man and Deadpool, they did the Despicable Deadpool, the end of the Deadpool run. There was no ultimate or There's no ultimate Deadpool. I mean, there's other iterations of Deadpool, but they're nowhere as close as popular as actual Deadpool. You know what I mean? Like, Lady Deadpool is popular, but she's not. You know what I mean? She's popular, but she's not because they don't really introduce her like that. But Brian Singer was a white Nate Moore, and he was also a pervert and a freak. You know what I'm saying? And should be locked up in jail. While they trying to go after Giant the Majors, that's who should have been locked up in jail. But let me not get there. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to this video. And you know what, I'm gonna have to give me just a second. Hold on real quick. Let me just a second. Let me share my screen. I don't know what's going on. Um Ever since they kind of changed this now, they changed it now where, I mean, you can hit the loop button, but the loop button is not. I think this is a glitch in the matrix on them. They got to fix that because the loop track is not looping at all. I don't know what's going on with that. We need a Spider-Man and Deadpool on screen for at least 5 minutes, and that's what I'm about to get to the rumors, because there's a lot of, I know that they're trying to put a bow on the Fox universe, so, but there's a lot of rumors that's coming out right now, especially with when it comes to the case of Deadpool and the new Deadpool run. So I mean, this new Deadpool movie. So I'm going to go and look at the first teaser, and then I'm gonna go into. Give me just.
You're all becoming very
Shut up. I'm gonna We're gonna go over this the Mercy Awesome video, and then we're gonna go over the Robert Downey Jr. news also. Anybody ever watch what's done in shadows? If you watched that, let me know. I'm thinking about catching up with that show because it looks great. I don't know why. I mean, but I like silly comedy though. I like silly comedy. So if y'all watch that, man, put it in the chat. Let me know if y'all watched that before. But let's get into these Deadpool 3 rumors from a Mercy Awesome. I read some information in Collider too. I know that Chris Evans is coming back as his version of Johnny Storm. He's excited about coming back as Johnny Storm. I know that Jennifer Bill is coming back. She's coming back as her version of Elektra. So that's something that's getting ready to happen. So let's get into this. Let's find out what's going on.
Started as an idea. What if we made a Deadpool movie? There was only a few of us back then, and looking back, we had no idea how big it would become. So innocent, and yet the momentum that had started. Yeah, that was not really what we had in mind.
And Ryan Reynolds, I'm not gonna hold you. Ryan Reynolds is my Jennifer Gardner. That's who it is. What's going on, Tip Top? Ryan Reynolds is one of my favorite actors. You know what I'm saying, in Hollywood. Like, no joke, one of my favorite actors. Love Ryan Reynolds. Love the work that he's done. But I've been a fan of him since a movie. If you ever see a movie called Waiting, it's one of the fun. You would never want to work at a restaurant or eat at a restaurant ever again if you've ever seen Waiting. You know what I'm saying? It is hilarious, and I've been a fan of his ever since. And also, while talking about this, it would be nice. It would be nice if an appearance from Nolan North happened in a Deadpool movie. And if you want to know why, you know what I'm saying? If you Nolan North was the voice of Deadpool in the video game and in the Hulk versus series, Hulk versus Wolverine. and he's also the voice of him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So that would be nice if they did that also.
Nope, that didn't help things. It was more of a hell no, to be honest. I mean, we eventually stopped asking. We have no idea how that happened, but I promise you, I'm looking into it. But once the movie got greenlit, I went on a massive coke bender. So 2016, that's a little hazy for me. They tell me the movie did well, though. 10 years into it, Phase 1 has exceeded our wildest expectations.
Not Phase 1.
You know, if you told me back then that one movie would spawn an expansive 2-movie universe, I'd have said that you were crazy. But here we are, with actual actors, a moderate special effects budget, and several low-level X-Men. None of the big ones, though. We got to save something for Phase 2.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. There's a brand new Deadpool.
And let me just stop right there. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Charlie's channel, Emergency Awesome. Been doing great things for years. So make sure to like, share, subscribe to Charlie's channel.
Deadpool 3 first look at a couple of scenes they're filming with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and what's going on with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the yellow costume that he'll be wearing from the comics, as well as a couple other brand new cameos that we just learned about. So we'll break it all down.
Whoa! Oh my God!
Oh, wow!
So what we have?
Oh, and let me ask you guys in the comment section. God, you know what? You know, I'm gonna leave this whole music thing alone because it's not working. This is not working at all. It's not working. But what do you guys want? Do you want him to come back with the yellow costume or the yellow and brown costume? Put it in the comments which y'all rather see. Let me get to some of the comments or whatever. Let me see. All right. Is it Inasi Static Mouse? Mouse has been getting highlighted more lately with the games and the movies. Kevin Feige, come on, stop moving slow. That's being stupid. Kevin Feige wants his music. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Moment with moment with the old X-Men actors. Yeah, I can see that. Jennifer Garner, yeah. And Tim Talk is in the house, so make sure you like, share, subscribe to Tim Talk. Also got an awesome channel. Jennifer coming back is dumb unless they do it as a one-off, or I'm not gonna lie, I think this is I'm sorry, this is gonna sound real messed up if they kill him off like they tried to do the X-Force, like they did the X-Force team in Deadpool 2. I think that'd be awesome. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think that'd be awesome. They should do one of these for Wesley. Wesley Snipes. Yeah, he most definitely should be in the Blade movie. We see he could pass the torch to Ali. Yeah, I don't mind him being. I can't think of the Whistler. Is it Whistler? I wouldn't mind if Wesley was him. I think it's Whistler. Nolan voiced Tony Stark in the last Avengers video game. Yeah. Oh, that also that Midnight Suns game. Oh God, Lee, I'm not lying. I don't really like turn-based style games. If it's not Pokemon, I'm not playing it. If it's not a I'm being 100%, 1000% real with you. I will play a Pokemon game all day long. That's the only term, or Final Fantasy. Let me take that back. But other than that, I don't want to play my Midnight Suns game with Wolverine, Iron Man, you know what I'm saying, Blade, Ghost Rider, and it's turn-based. I can't go beat nobody up. No, that was the worst money I've ever spent on anything. How about that for PlayStation 5? And that's trash. God, I don't like it. I had stopped playing. I played it once. I should have went back to continue to play the Arkham. I mean the whatchamacallit game. The oh God, I got the Bat Family game or whatever. The Deadpool game is simultaneously bad and hilariously good. That Deadpool game is amazing. That Deadpool game is amazing. There's a cheat. Ultimate cheat that I wish I would have knew at the beginning of the game. You can literally cheat the hell out that game and do that same mission over and over and over again, build up all your money and buy everything and then start the game. Oh my God, I wish I would have knew that when I first started. Oh, Wanda. Oh yeah, they're talking about Wanda in this too. And there's some good rumors in this. Gameplay was bad, but the writing was I think the gameplay was fun. I think the gameplay was super fun. And I get, but I'm a Deadpool fan. You can give me, well, you can't just give me anything. But for that being the first Deadpool game, I thought it was fun. Yellow and blue. And he said for shizzle my nizzle, de-stizzle. He said the black suit for the X-Men movie because his version think the comic book costume is a joke. Now we're gonna get to some of the rumors here, what they're talking about in that in these rumors. I think the rumors are awesome. I'll take brown costume Wolverine too. I dig turnstile based strategy RPG games in general. I don't, unless it's Pokemon. That's because I like Pokemon. You know what I mean? But that's just me though. I think this film is going to be really good, but with the writer's strike, they can't improve. The others, especially the first, they did a lot of that. And with 80, I don't think if the actors go on strike, it's a problem. Because with the writer's strike, with Ryan is really good at, they go and do the ADR, they go back and re-record a lot of ad-libs and stuff like that. So if the actors go on strike, that's a problem. With the writer's strike, if it's not in the initial script and they're not rewriting the script, then you can go do ADR and go do ad-libs and stuff like that to make the to kind of give the movie a little bit more, spunk or whatever. But he said, even Skylanders is not turn-based. Why would you handcuff superheroes like that? Exactly. Especially the superheroes that I like. That's what I was mad at. It's the superheroes that I like. And yeah, it sucked. But let me keep going.
Here is if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. They'll be filming for a while, so we'll continue getting scenes. But it's just getting crazier and crazier the more we learn about it. The first new Deadpool 3 scenes that we got to look at are Deadpool Ryan Reynolds versus the TVA in the woods that look kind of like the Canadian wilderness, similar to the end of the Logan movie and a couple of the other Wolverine movies.
If you ever noticed that oh my God, that his costume, if you go back, his costume now, because it got tore up in the last movie, his costume now looks really close to the Joe Kelly and Fabian Nicia's run from the first Deadpool run. This is very early Deadpool 97 comic accurate suit to me. You know what I mean? I do like that. It's not muted, it's very bright, which it should be, which I didn't have a problem with the the Deadpool with the Deadpool uniform for the first one. Of course, this is his first movie. The second one, because he blew it up at the beginning, he got all taped up and all of that. You know what I mean? By the end of the movie, it was all dusty and gray to give off that gray X-Force comic book, look. But this here, very 90s Deadpool look, and I personally like that.
TVA in the woods that look kind of like the Canadian wilderness, similar to the end of the Logan movie and a couple of the other Wolverine movies. There've been a couple times in the X-Men universe that we visited the Canadian wilderness where Logan's been living there during various points in his life. You notice Deadpool's suit is a little bit different from his Deadpool 2 suit, which is just meant to be his Deadpool 1 suit that he'd patched up over time. So that might be the explanation here with this version of the suit, is that in the time since Deadpool 1, it just continued to get busted. He slowly patched it up more and more, and that's why it looks a little bit different.
And it looks more, if you look at it, it's way more 90s comic accurate than and like I said, this suit is awesome. Trust me, this suit is the original suit is awesome. This one more reddish. It looks like it's this is more leather. and this looks like it's more more of a synthetic material or something. So I think that's awesome. And then if you do bring like a Spider-Man on scene, it's not gonna clash on screen with him. It's not gonna clash. It's gonna actually, gonna look awesome. So
But in the scene, he's running from a bunch of TVA agents that are coming out of that
the
car trying to
pouches.
chase him.
Oh my god, I never noticed all the pouches. This is definitely, most definitely what's his name? Godly. What's this comic book? Golly, I can't think of the comic book writer's name. But this is most definitely his look. Most definitely his look.
Down. Love the way that looks like the most normal, most average card that you've ever seen in your entire life. Like nothing special, just some random card that the TVA agents are able to steal to chase him down. We also learned Wolverine's yellow suit that he's going to be wearing from the comics, or one of the Wolverines will be wearing, the main version, will be based on his yellow suit from the Astonishing X-Men run. The yellow.
What do y'all think about that suit? Put it in the comments section. Do you want is the Astonishing X-Men suit is dope? Do y'all want do they want them to bring that over to the new Wolverine? Because I personally want them to do an Incredible Hulk movie to introduce the new Wolverine in, so it could be like Incredible Hulk 181. That's just my personal thought. But what do you guys think? Astonishing X-Men suit, do y'all like that? Put in the comments.
Suit from the Wolverine movie is something slightly different from the comics, but based on the comic book yellow suits. Most of it will be practical, like the Deadpool suit, but they'll use a little bit of special effects to try and tune it up the way that they do with the Deadpool suit. Like they use special effects to make his eyes emote. They did the same thing for Anthony Mackie's Captain America when he got his brand new Captain America suit in Falcon and Winter Soldier. The suit was practical, but they used special effects to just polish it a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, that's hard. That's hard. That helmet, everything, that's dope. And it would be nice to see Hugh Jackman in the suit. I think that that's something that they robbed us from in the X-Men movies. I personally like all the X-Men. Well, let me take that back. Okay. The first 3 X-Men movies that came out through Fox, I liked. You know what I'm saying? I think I like going back and watch The Last Stand now. I like that better than I did previously before. But bringing back that, if you're gonna do that, bring back the suit. Let him actually wear the suit for a while, not just see Hugh Jackman's face. It's kind of like with Ryan Reynolds. I love Ryan Reynolds. Don't get me wrong. I love Ryan Reynolds. Him in the Deadpool suit is amazing. It's awesome. He makes it awesome. I know Ryan had to pitch to him, dude, put on the yellow suit. Everybody's gonna fucking lose their mind. It's going to be awesome. Trust me. What's up, Derpy Entertainment? So
you have to imagine they'll use special effects to tune up his helmet just a little bit. Just
man, hey, tell me, I love the X-Men 89, the X-Men animated series. But tell me that Wolverine did not punk the hell out of Cyclops every chance he got. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, especially my brother, but there's runs in the X-Men comics where Cyclops wasn't taking that shit. He know that Wolverine can box, but he wasn't taking that. He not just get punched in the stomach and it's gonna be all cool.
Just because the pieces are just so crazy. They haven't said what every single version of Deadpool and Wolverine are going to look like in the movie, but they'll all be radically different looking. Like they won't be the exact same versions. And I believe they'll also have a joke, kind of like the Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania joke, where one of the versions of Ant-Man still worked at Baskin Robbins. It was just a normal version of Scott Lang walked in with his uniform. It'd be like a normal version of Ryan Reynolds wearing a Wrexham soccer shirt. There are a couple other huge cameos that they just confirmed, and one of them, big surprise, I wasn't expecting this, was Jennifer Garner coming back as her Elektra from the Ben Affleck Daredevil movies. But it makes sense. If Ben Affleck's Daredevil is coming back in a big way, why wouldn't she also come back too if she's from that?
I'm not gonna lie, that movie was cheesy as shit, but I liked it. That movie was cheesy as shit, but I used to watch Daredevil. And people got pissed off because my man from the Green Mile was Kingpin, but I'm not gonna lie, he was a dope Wilson, like a alternate Wilson Fisk. He wasn't bad. It's just cheesy as shit.
That universe.
You're holding back.
Yes.
Don't.
Now, it's not clear if her cameo scene will be during the Ben Affleck Daredevil cameo scene. I did a whole video on his Daredevil coming back. That's going to be nuts.
I'm not even gonna lie though. I like Jennifer Gardner from Alias. That's when I really liked Jennifer Gardner. When she was in Alias, man, let me not get there because I'm starting to smile.
We got to the point in Ben Affleck's career where he's kind of past superhero movies, but he's happy to come back and do one-off cameo scenes. His Elektra might show up in a completely different scene because Deadpool is jumping through a bunch of different universes with Cable's time travel device. But
now, if you have not read, which I got the variant and the regular one, and I got Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 2. If you never read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, you gotta watch it. Because if they do, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe in this, a brainwashed Deadpool, man, just one off them, just one off of them. Man, that comic is so dope. Trust me, that's one of the best, and it's a run that goes along with it, like the Collumination, or is it Colluminati? Collumination, Deadpool, because it ends with Deadpool versus Deadpool. But man, that whole thing, like, dude killing Ben Franklin, you know what I mean? To turn around and kill the whole, I'm talking about the way that he killed everybody in the Marvel universe was unique and so dope. So dope. Man, I hope they really do that to kill off this Fox universe. That's why you could be able to have Daredevil and Elektra come back just to get murdered. Hell, they did it with the Illuminati and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Had these jokers get snapped. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get clapped up.
Because they're from the same universe, it makes sense that Daredevil and Ben Affleck's Elektra would show up in the same scene. The crazy thing in real life is that they also got married around that period when those movies were coming out.
Hey, Ben Affleck for real was a real life Bruce Wayne, because he married everybody. He married everybody. So that's why I said I loved his interpretation of Batman, because he's Batman for real.
And have since been divorced for a while now. I'm sure they'd be open to joking about their history in real life together, but I'm not sure that their characters will take it that far. Like, I don't know how big their cameo scene will be. A lot of people will also remember the Jennifer Garner Elektra movie that they did after the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
I went to the movies to go see this. Good God almighty, was it terrible.
Her name's Elektra.
Like the tragedy. Her parents must have had a sense of humor.
Not really.
It is a treat if you haven't seen it. It's a bit of a slog to make it through. It was not a great movie, but I think when the movie gets ready to come out, there'll be like this rite of passage amongst the fandom. Like, you have to go back and you have to rewatch all the movies that they're going to reference during this, which include all the old Fox X-Men movies, even the bad ones.
I know people forgot about Elektra, just like people don't remember what is it, the Punisher movie with what's his name, Tom Kane or whatever. Yeah.
Usually when we talk about Marvel movies, everybody wants to know what the best Marvel movies are. But when a lot of these movies come back to be referenced, we'll have to make lists about what the worst Marvel movies are, because there are so many of them now. Like, of all the bad Marvel movies, which ones are the actual worst?
Exactly.
But when you talk about bad Marvel movies, bad Marvel series, there's terrible, like things that are so bad that they're fun to watch, and things that are just plain bad that are not fun to watch. We learned a little bit more about Emma Corrin's villain character. Supposedly, she's not playing the main villain like a lot of the Hollywood trades reported before. Supposedly, she's playing one of the TVA judges, kind of like Renslayer was at the beginning of season 1, before she had the big turn at the end of the season.
And what's funny about this, funny about the TVA character being the villain, it matches completely up what they're doing in Deadpool right now, where you just have this faction of people that's trying to kill Deadpool, and they're all women. And so this makes perfect sense in the realm of Deadpool to have this TVA agent be able to kill, to be going after Deadpool.
So Emma Corrin's Judge character is still an antagonist to Deadpool and Wolverine, but she's not the main villain. Supposedly, the main villain will be a familiar face because we're talking about a lot of X-Men coming back from the X-Men movies, Fantastic Four characters coming back. It makes a little more sense that they would have the main villain be somebody that everyone's familiar with from those movies. There's also a report that one of the universes that Deadpool jumps through is the 838 universe from the Doctor Strange multiverse.
Now watch this. Watch Deadpool be the multiverse of madness that multiverse of madness should have been. And I think that's why I'm always, it's Deadpool. It's Ryan Reynolds. I'm gonna go anyway. You know what I mean? But you bring in, you have him go to the 838 universe and be better than what Doctor. People gonna look at that Doctor Strange movie and be and most definitely gonna be like, yo, what the hell happened? Why couldn't they do that with Sam Raimi? You know what I mean? You got Ryan Reynolds and his team doing it better. I think this is the reason why the whole slowdown and all of that is perfect for Marvel right now. Because the Deadpool Ryan Reynolds films, are successful without even the bigger X-Men characters. They were so successful. So you bring in this is immediately a $1 billion franchise. And then at the same instant, they do a teaser at the end of the movie, because, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because this happened on Jimmy Kimmel. Before the pandemic, when they were they were pitching, this is right before Spider-Man, I think Far From Home was getting pitched. There was, and the Fox deal was kind of going through or whatever. There was this scene on Jimmy Kimmel where Tom Holland Spider-Man went to go pick up his laundry, and he was just Jimmy Kimmel was given the mask. He had a Daredevil mask and he had a Deadpool mask, and Tom Holland Spider-Man was like, oh, that's Daredevil's. Oh, that's Wade's. So just think, at the end of this, they go into the universe where Tom Holland Spider-Man and Daredevil meets Deadpool. I think that will be awesome. I know it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get my hopes up for that, but that would be completely amazing.
Multiverse of Madness movie, so they'll pay off some of the things that happen after the events of that movie. Supposedly, the story of that universe just continues from the end of the movie, and the surviving members of the Illuminati still want revenge against 616 main MCU Scarlet Witch for killing most of their team, and the surviving members are supposed to at least be Mordo and the superior Iron Man that they cut from the story. But here's the thing with the familiar face that might wind up being the main villain of the movie. If the movie goes...
I think my brother will like this.
...to a universe that's meant to be based on the House of M from the comics, a lot of the people reporting all these cameo scenes that they've since confirmed are also saying that, quote unquote,
hey, so that's the look of that Wolverine suit that they're talking about. But who wants to see a House of M style or real House of M in a Deadpool movie? Put it in the comments. I think this would be amazing.
Quote, mommy is coming back, and I think the mommy they're referencing is Elizabeth Olsen, just because of all the real life memes.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Olsen. Some of you may know me as Mom.
Oh gosh, I just want to figure out the whole mutant thing. Like, that's really, and I don't, like, none of us can do anything about it, you know? Like, we can't do anything about it. We're not X-Men, but gosh, like, I just would love to explore that so much. I think X-Men was definitely my first experience with superhero type film.
So what might be happening is they're bringing back a version of Scarlet Witch, and she'll have created the House of M reality in this alternate universe. And either she winds up being the main villain, which might be redundant because she was the villain in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, or if we're talking about a familiar face being the main villain and they're bringing back all these old X-Men, Fantastic Four actors, maybe that familiar face is a version of Magneto, because Ian McKellen is coming back as his character, Patrick Stewart also coming back as well. So in the House of M reality, Magneto could just be reigning supreme and protecting his version of Scarlet Witch, which he thinks of as his daughter. They could pay off some Easter eggs about Scarlet Witch being Magneto's daughter. And he's just keeping Deadpool and Wolverine from trying to take down this Scarlet Witch so they can get rid of the House of M reality. There's also been a lot of talk about Elizabeth Olsen coming back as multiple different versions of her Scarlet Witch from different universes. There's supposed to be a version of her during the Agatha Harkness show, Coven of Chaos, but I think the one that they might be referencing in the Deadpool 3 movie is a completely different universe version of the character. The clip of her talking about wanting to do more X-Men and mutant-based stories, she's been talking about for a while, but the actual...
Now, you know the reason why they're doing this is because if you got, now that you got the characters back, you can start talking about mutants. You can start talking about X-Men. You know what I mean? They're getting, all they're doing is getting you excited about future X-Men. So you do this Deadpool movie, Deadpool comes out next year. You're now excited. What are they going to do the next couple of years? 2026, which sounds like a long time away, but it's really not. You know, 2026, your first X-Men movie drops or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's all of this that they could be able to do with the X-Men Wolverine. I mean, the X-Men Wanda character, tying all of this up with the X-Men. I think this is going to be awesome.
The clip itself is literally from this past weekend. Regardless of what's going on in Deadpool 3, I believe that Kevin Feige and Marvel do have plans to explore Scarlet Witch crossing over with X-Men characters during like a mutant saga after Avengers 6 Secret Wars. So like they have more plans for her later on.
Whispering the words, causing over 90% of mutants to lose their powers. There was a ton of death. Scarlet Witch fled to Wundagore Mountain.
Post all your reactions in the comments below. I'll do more Deadpool 3 videos when we get more footage from the set or we learn more about what's going on.
And then I know that he's an insider. He got a lot of inside information. I would try to do as much as I possibly can to be able to get more of this information. I am subscribed to Collider, so I don't really, I'm being honest with you, I don't really like doing leaks. But to be able to keep up with this stuff, you kind of got to. It would be nice. Tell me what you guys think. Would you guys like a House of M style type of movie where he goes into this alternate universe, and the main universe that he has to shut down is that 838 universe? Because there's also a rumor that at the end of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, when she poofs out after, you know, Wundagore, Mount Wundagore is destroyed, that she goes back into her alternate self in 838. You know what I'm saying? That's where her mind goes to. And now she's in that 838 universe. It's that version of Wanda. So that is another rumor that is out there. I don't know. Again, this is just a plot leak or whatever. I don't know how true that is or how far they're going to go with that. But that is also something that, you know, could possibly happen. What do you guys think? That you know what I mean? If they go that route, do you think they should do that? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you tell me in the comment section. Because I think that, I'm not gonna lie, I think that'd be awesome too. And then also, I want to just real quickly go over this this Robert Downey Jr. news, do a reaction to this, because I think that this is, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this. So let me put this back up. And let's talk about this real quick.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. They've been filming Captain America 4, and Robert Downey Jr. was spotted on the set with the actors in scenes. So we'll explain what's going on and why he might have come back. There's a bunch of upcoming Marvel Phase 5 and Marvel Phase 6 movies and Disney Plus series that actually revolve around his character. So
my man Seth Rollins, Seth freaking Rollins, my man Seth freaking Rollins. I love the fact that he's getting into acting and more people are recognizing his talent. Seth freaking Rollins is awesome. I kind of wish my man Dean Ambrose was still there. Got to watch him wrestle at AEW. Amazing. Amazing.
So even though he's not going to be in every single Marvel movie coming back for every single thing, there are a lot of things that are happening in Marvel right now that completely revolve around the character, which is funny. If you're brand new to the channel, we're also in the middle of Secret Invasion episodes. I'm doing giveaways for Disney Plus memberships. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and just post all your Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man theories in the comments. Like, what is he coming back for in the MCU?
There's one that I have a theory of, is that he downloaded his conscience over to a server, and that server is going to go to Riri Williams, because let's be real with you, the character of Tony Stark may revitalize Robert Downey Jr.'s career. You know what I mean? He really owes a lot to Marvel, Kevin Feige, and all of that. So this is the theory that I have, is that because this is Tony Stark, that he downloaded his conscience to an AI, kind of like Jarvis, kind of like Veronica, and that is going to go to Riri Williams, so she could be able to have that the AI like in the comics with Robert Downey Jr. That way he could come back as a character. He's still dead technically, and he could kind of pay off a lot of stuff that they did in the comics with Riri Williams' character, which I think that'd be awesome. But I think that needs to happen. And that way he doesn't have to be on set. He record his lines, you know what I'm saying? Like Paul Bettany was doing for years, you know what I'm saying? And still get paid. He doesn't have to be on set or anything like that.
Everybody wondering, why would he come back for Captain America 4 filming? What's he doing? Is it a flashback because he's dead in present day, and Captain America 4 isn't meant to be a multiverse movie like a Kang Multiverse War or Avengers 5 giant crossover movie? There are a bunch of big cameo scenes and actors coming back for that, but Kevin Feige, the other people that are actually making the movie, said that it's meant to be super grounded compared to the space in the more multiverse movies that are happening the past few years. Like Deadpool 3 is a good example. Extreme multiverse. Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel universe.
It has been a long journey. It really has. It hasn't, though. It feels like it's gone.
I would have never thought Chris Evans would have been. I remember, and that's why I said a lot of people be having revisionist history when it comes to casting, because I completely remember when Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth were cast. First of all, they didn't know who the hell Chris Hemsworth was. Chris Evans just got to playing Johnny Storm, and he was in another team movie. And that was like, I know damn well the dude who plays Johnny Storm is Captain America. No, and there was all these fan castings and all of this and all this grumbling. Oh, I don't like them as Captain America. Da, 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 da. And now look what happened. You know what I'm saying? 15 years later, after that, you know what I mean? That's why that's why when it comes to casting, you know what I mean? I'm like, I trust the people who's doing the work more than I do. Yes, would I like certain people? I remember when people wanted Triple H to be Thor. You know what I'm saying? Because he was walking around with a sledgehammer. You know what I mean? And then look at Chris Hemsworth now. Look at his body of work and what the MCU has done for him. You know what I mean? So yeah, Chris Evans was in Scott Pilgrim. You know what I'm saying? And again, when they were talking about Captain America, they was not looking at Chris. People did not like Chris Evans as when they first casted him as Captain America. People was like, yeah, please, right. Until he got jacked, we bought into the character. And of course, I understand why people like, yeah, that's Cap for me. You know what I mean? And I get that. And I completely get that. You know what I mean? But that's why I said, don't trip on casting. Let the character grow on you. Because eventually the character does grow on you.
Gone by incredibly fast. I feel like we just got here. I feel like we never even left. I have no idea where I am.
He doesn't even sound the same. he does not even say. I mean, he was young. It was like in his early 20s. I think it was early mid 20s. I think during this. So
Time and space.
I literally just did a video for that because there were so many scenes that have been posting and so many big cameos from all the different Fox Marvel movies. Like there's so many multiverse cameos. Captain America 4 is like the opposite of that. Mostly just the Earth-based main MCU characters revolving around an Earth.
I hate Anthony Mackie's face. I just want to, nah, I'm just playing. Anthony Mackie, I'm playing with you, but he cheesy hella hard. You know what I'm saying? He cheesy hella hard. I ain't mad at him. I'd be cheesy too.
Phase plot across Marvel Phase 5 and setting up Marvel Phase 6. Maybe there'll be a teaser for the new Avengers team during that, like an Avengers 5 post-credit scene, but like that's as crazy as they would get when you're talking about big multiverse stuff. The fan that spotted him filming scenes with the other Captain America 4 actors said that they were filming around what would be the Capitol building inside the MCU. And while he was there in the scenes, he was just driving around a bunch of really cool cars with the other actors. They could have some flashbacks for Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man character to explain part of what's happening in present day with Thunderbolt Ross, Val, just the current state of the government in the MCU, because Damage Control, essentially Iron Man's baby, like he created that organization during Spider-Man Homecoming.
And I always was wonder what was going on with Damage Control. Why were they going after the superheroes like they were? It does remind me of the time that Iron Man, Tony Stark was in charge of Shield too. I could be wrong. That's just my interpretation of it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments.
More recently, Damage Control has become a little more villainous, a little more antagonistic in the MCU, and they take control of a lot of his technology, like the Edith technology, the drones during Spider-Man No Way Home. They also become pretty antagonistic during the Miss Marvel series too. You can already see that after Doctor Strange's spell, after they basically erased Peter Parker, changed a few things about the backstory behind the Edith glasses and the drones. They've already repurposed the drones and are using them towards their own ends. That's just meant to be the tip of the iceberg. There's also all the Marvel Phase 5 and Marvel Phase 6 movie plots that revolve around Iron Man specifically, also Disney Plus stuff, way more than just Easter eggs and references, particularly the Armor Wars movie. For those of you that were disappointed that they never made an Iron Man 4 movie, like there are a lot of fan trailers for Iron Man 4 out there. That's basically the reason why they turned Armor Wars from a series into a movie. Armor Wars is now essentially Iron Man 4, but with
Now, this is going to come into play with Secret Invasion. We got to see what's going on with Rhodey. And again, tonight, what I'm going to do before we introduce the first episode of the Blurred AF show, I will do a video today talking about that I believe there's a scroll, of course scroll Rhodey, but there's a scroll Nick Fury, and there's a life model decoy that's what I believe. There's a LMD version of Nick Fury, and then there's a scroll version of Nick Fury, and then the real one is still on the space station. You know what I mean? Because he can't be this stupid. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't think if he's supposed to be the ultimate spy, hey, I'm not going to do the dirty work when I can go down and have somebody else do it for me. So that's just going to be a video I'm going to do later on today, and going to put that out as a video before we do the Blurred AF show. So look out for that today.
Rhodey being the main character and just a lot of Iron Man stuff in it. Originally, what happened is based on the budget they planned for, like they only want to spend about $150 million for the Disney Plus series, which is why some of them are only 6 episodes, because they run way longer in actual episode times, and some of them are way shorter, like WandaVision, which only go for like 25 to 30 minutes. Had they continued to do Armor Wars as a series, it would have felt a little bit more like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like imagine the level of special effects, visual effects they used during that. But because it's based on the Iron Man Armor Wars story from the comics, it's all about Val and Damage Control bogarting all of Iron Man's most advanced tech and giving it to Justin Hammer, basically, because he's coming back during the series, and them doing all kinds of shady stuff with it.
I'm pissed that I got rid of my Armor Wars comics and I sold them to damn for finished stock, because I don't know what the hell I was smoking. Maybe I was broke, but I sold my Armor War comics to vintage stock, and that was the dumbest thing that I ever did, because I end up getting those comics for like, there was a sale at one of the like a bookstore that sold comics, and it was having this big large sale, like comics was like a quarter, and Stupid. Anyway, it pisses me off every time I see this.
And as part of that, they wanted to be able to show you a ton of Iron Man armors doing all kinds of crazy action scenes and all the crazy stuff Val tries to get Justin Hammer to create with Iron Man tech, which requires a crazy amount of special effects to pull off, crazy amount of visual effects, putting it way, way beyond the budget of a regular Marvel Disney Plus series. Like, you can't do Armor Wars and then just have Rhodey walking around talking to people, not wearing the armor for 6 episodes, and then just have like a post-credit scene where he does wear the armor. Everybody would be so disappointed. So Kevin Feige, the Marvel people, pretty quickly were like, okay, we just have to really cut down this runtime. Like, we're not going to do a 6 hours Armor Wars movie. We're going to do like a 2.5 hour movie. And because of that bigger budget, they could earn extra money back through a theatrical and a home video release run.
Exactly. That's the way you make your money. That's the way that you make your money back.
Which I am totally fine with. Yes, it is shorter, but it's actually going to be the version of Armor Wars that you wanted to see instead of something else. My other initial thought when fans started seeing him and posting about him filming scenes on Captain America 4 was that he came back as part of his new TV show, like a separate TV show called Downey's Dream Cars, which is a series where he mods his personal car collection with a bunch of different types of eco-friendly tech like electric and biodiesel.
Hi. You may know me as an occasional actor who makes.
Yep, he got on screen. You guys see this? He got on green. He's a Skrull. I'm calling it now. Tony Stark is a Skrull. Look at that.
Faces for cash and chicken.
We called it the Thanos Thumper because it's big and it's loud and it's purple. It looks like it could eat the world.
Can't believe he
I ain't gonna lie. That mug is dope. That mug is dope.
Actually has a car that's based on Thanos. He also wound up giving Chris Evans a custom car right after Avengers Endgame came out when he announced that he was going to retire effectively as the Steve Rogers Captain America character. So he has a massive car collection. But it's no surprise that Robert...
Damn, that mug is dope. That's a what? Camaro, I believe. That mug is hard.
Robert Downey Jr. is a big car person. All the people posting this stuff, though, of him coming back on Captain America 4.
Okay, let me read this. Robert Downey Jr. was there last night. They were driving all sorts of supercars. We had a good talk and some laughs. I kept hoping for some producer to walk up to me and demand you have to play my next superhero. A photo is a sample of what's all over the streets. That's all it really says.
Or swear on their mother's lives that it wasn't for his separate TV show, so we'll see. Recently, there was also a Marvel producer that made it sound like Robert Downey Jr. was never going to come back, which I think is a false assumption. I think
you never say never to when you got Disney dollars, you never say never.
Press just misinterpreted what a producer said using an out of context quote. What the producer said was that when people were pitching new Marvel Phase 5 movies and Disney Plus shows, Robert Downey Jr. was just off the table. And what I think he actually meant was that right after Avengers Endgame, when they were planning out Marvel Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6, regular movies and series, like all the movies that did not have Avengers in the title, they were not taking any pitches from people like producers and other movie makers for Iron Man 4, with MCU Iron Man coming back to life immediately, or for a Disney Plus series where he would be in like every single episode like a main character. Just in general, they weren't listening to big Iron Man Returns pitches right after Endgame. They wanted as many new characters they hadn't done before introduced to the MCU, with a few sequels for characters who were still alive confirmed at the end of Avengers Endgame.
I also think that Marvel is on this journey now of they're trying a bunch of other stuff, and I'm excited for them to see how all that goes. And it's hard to project.
Now, there are so many rumors still out there, fan theories. People want to see Iron Man come back. Could it ever happen?
Yeah, anything could happen.
I mean, for one, if you know good and well it's not going to happen, you could be like, nope. It's never gonna happen. I am done. It's over. I'm finished. When you say something like, well, yeah, I mean, that means if you throw enough Disney dollars, Disney bucks at me, I'm gonna come back. And what I would like to see, instead of, if Iron Man does come back, let's say for instance, Robert Downey Jr. wants to do another crack at it, especially with all these X-Men type characters go back. What you do, reset the universe. You know what I mean? Either you go with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, or you get you get the next Iron Man. You know what I mean? Who can be able to carry because you're gonna need an Iron Man in the universe. It just feels weird, and I'm not even gonna lie. It feels weird to have Namor. It feels weird to have Namor, but no Black Panther, no Iron Man. You know what I mean? You introduce Reed Richards and no Iron Man, no Black Panther. Like the universe feels incomplete. You know what I mean? So you need an Iron Man. If you don't do Robert Downey Jr., if he doesn't want to come back and do another 10 years of this, I completely understand that. So have him in the multiverse movies or whatever. Give him, give him kind of like if they do Secret Wars, have him come back as a version of Iron Man from another universe, just so you can be able to get now Deadpool. Robert, you get Robert Downey Jr., you get Ryan Reynolds on screen, you get Hugh Jackman, you get all these X-Men Fox people along with the original. That's the only way that I can see all the original, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans come back. You do Secret Wars, they come back as a different version of the ones that they played in the main 1999999 East 99 Eternal universe. You know what I mean? And then just have them all on screen together. And then when you reboot the universe, you know what I mean? You have the Franklin Richards create the new universe, then have somebody else take the mantle of Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Have someone else take the mantle as Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Steve Rogers. I just feel like the universe feels incomplete without having them there. But you're going to introduce the X-Men, Fantastic Four. It just feels weird not having you would have, Reed Richards on screen, but no Tony Stark, no T'Challa. I'm talking about the real T'Challa. You know what I mean? It just feels weird. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all can tell me in the comment section, but I think that'll feel weird.
I'm really enjoying
And all these wonderful things.
I'm looking right down the barrel.
That's why a couple of years ago, you were seeing all those clips of Robert Downey Jr. saying that Marvel was quote unquote trying some stuff when Marvel Phase 4 picked up, as in trying to introduce a bunch of fresh meat to the grinder, a bunch of brand new characters. They did say he had some input when they were filming the Ironheart series and when that character was introduced during Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because the character's so tied to Iron Man in the comics, and a lot of what they were doing with the character was riffing on Iron Man stuff. But he didn't give them any big notes on Ironheart or ask them to change anything about her backstory with Iron Man in the MCU, other than to tell Dominique Thorne, the actress who plays the character, to just do her own thing, not to get too bogged down in too much of his Iron Man character's backstory. Like, he was actually pretty nice to her. The producers of that Ironheart series didn't give too much away about how the series invokes Iron Man, other than to say Ironheart in the MCU has a complicated connection with Iron Man. So
I wonder what she wanted the MIT students also that that got that grant that they could be able to retcon. Say that she was part of the SNAP, and then she came back to finish her internship for when they did the whole and I don't know what year that they did that timeline in where from Iron Man Age of Ultron, where they was giving away that grant to all the MIT students. But was she a part of that? You know what I mean? And they could retcon her. She could, be going to school, could be a part of the SNAP, came back to finish, her time. But in that time, she was, because Iron Man gave her that grant, and she was so much of a, fan of Iron Man that she started using that the tech, started looking at his tech and start creating her own Iron Man tech. You tell me what you think in the comment section.
We'll see what that turns into. They won't be releasing episodes of that till at least 2024. They pushed the entire schedule, so everything's been delayed just like a little bit. I don't think we're going to see any footage or a trailer for it till the end of this year or early next year at the earliest. I already did a first look video last year for all the footage that did get released for the series, so I had a link for that down in the description below. Right now, the Iron Man Armor Wars movie is supposed to come out right after the new Fantastic Four movie around summer 2025, if that doesn't get delayed again. There are a couple upcoming series and movies that will set that up. Like right now, part of the Skrull Rhodey storyline in Secret Invasion leads into Armor Wars. Mostly the idea that while Skrull Rhodey was in control, being the advisor to the president, he used all of his access to Iron Man's technology and inside the government. And once everyone in power learns the truth of what's happening with the Skrulls and Skrull Rhodey, they basically take even more control.
And this is where Sharon Carter needs to come in too. Sharon Carter needs to be a Skrull too, because at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, she said we have access to all kinds of tech. So, either she needs to be a Skrull, or she needs to be associated with Justin Hammer in some type of way, so it all connects and it all makes sense.
of all of his previous assets, his Iron Man technology. So while the real Rhodey tries to deal with the consequences of what Skrull Rhodey was doing as he was pretending to be him, you also have Val Thunderbolt Ross taking control of all this Iron Man technology. Look at all these dangerous weapons that were in the hands of Skrulls. We need to take that into our governmental control now through damage control. We know the Ironheart series will help set up Armor Wars a little, and I believe Dominic Thorne is going to come back and cameo in the movie with Rhodey. I would also say that the Vision Quest series will tie into
if you ever watch Screen Crush, he calls him Mayonnaise Vision. It's the funniest crap ever. Cool Whip Vision. I mean, golly, this man is white.
Armor Wars because of White Vision and what he's become. He's essentially Iron Man and Jarvis's baby, basically. But the Vision Quest series is more of a WandaVision spin-off, and there's a bunch of other stuff like Young Avengers stuff going on during that. They haven't announced a release date either, and it might not come out till after.
I just thought about it. I just thought about this too. If they go back and they do like in Deadpool 3, they go back to that 838 universe. Remember in that 838 universe, there is wickedness speed is in that universe, her Wanda's children. So she sent her consciousness back to the 838 universe and did a House of M style thing with that. Then they could be able to bring those characters, Wicked and Speed, out of that particular universe into a new universe. You know what I mean? And this with Vision Quest and all of that could go into play also. So that's something that I would keep in mind also.
Armor Wars. So we'll see about that. Thunderbolts will have some minor connection to Armor Wars because of what Val is doing with her total access to any resources she needs after Thunderbolt Ross becomes president of the United States. She's already in charge of the CIA, so she already has enormous power. But I believe she's also going to take control of damage control, which
you see, it wasn't a coincidence he put the Century comic pages up there, because we already know Century is going to be the main antagonist for the Thunderbolts movie.
Is one of the primary antagonists of the Armor Wars movie. Like Justin Hammer is coming back for Armor Wars and Val, their antagonists, but we'll see if anybody else winds up being the actual real villain of that movie. So what they'll probably do for really big Robert Downey Jr. cameo scenes is wait for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, just because those movies are going to have so many cameos, so many big things. That'd be the place to really bring him back in a big way. That way they can have him cameo as other versions of the character without having to bring main MCU Iron Man back to life and walk back his sacrifice. There's also a lot of rumors about the 838 Illuminati having a cameo scene during Deadpool 3 in that superior Iron Man that they didn't feature in the movie. It might wind up being a version of Robert Downey Jr., or they could actually do the Tom Cruise cameo scene like everybody thought they were going to do. Let me know in the comments, though. Robert Downey Jr. coming back.
Would y'all like Robert Downey Jr. to come back as Iron Man, or would you rather have them do Tom Cruise as Iron Man? What do y'all think, man? Put that in the comment section. Personally, I would rather have Robert Downey Jr., but I wouldn't be opposed to having Tom Cruise as come back as his version of Iron Man either. I wouldn't be opposed to it. But anyway, what do you guys think about these rumors or whatever? Let me get to some of your comment section. I mean, some of the comments that I missed while we were going over there. Boy, I think I've missed a lot. I missed a lot. Yeah, I did. Jesus Christ. Going all the way back here. Let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna start here. I can't wait on Charizard to attack. I'm waiting on Wolverine, bub. You better fight. 90s Deadpool. Let me see. That looks like my Deadpool X-Force toy. Yeah, it really does. That's that classic 90s comic. I also dug the gray X-Force suit. TVA ages, yeah. And that's going to be awesome their time, because he did go onto a time traveling spree. I mean, he did kill baby Hitler. You know what I'm saying? He just changed his diaper. But I don't care what suit, really just give me Wolverine. Let me see. Facts of Dre, Logan versus Hulk Canada is how I would do it. Exactly. Derpy was in here. Wait, the Napoleon trailer. Napoleon? What's Napoleon? I don't know what Napoleon is. Oh, this is being slow. Yeah, I hate the way that they treated Cyclops. They treat Cyclops like trash in the animated in the next animated series. Uh, if they brought Affleck back, that would be weird. They used to be married. We'll kill them. I say kill them both. I like Daredevil and Electra movies. They were stupid. They were cool. That Electra movie was bad. I'm not even gonna lie. The Electra movie was bad. No one asked for this. Alias was and I liked Alias. D Stizzle, he said I did. Okay. All right. All right. I need a lecture show. I hope they keep Wolverine and Jean as friends and stop the love triangle. They need to grow up at this point and get into mature relationships. Exactly. Marvel giving us Echo and Agatha but no Electra show. They need to introduce the Electra in the MCU though. The writing sounded terrible. Let me see. The director's cut with Coolio was slightly better, but it's still overall bad. Let's see. X-23 would be in this film. Fox dropped the ball with her. Fans liked her introduction in the franchise. And her introduction was dope. But this was Fox. Fox didn't know what the hell was going on. I never forgot Electra. You know, I have every Marvel movie on this, even the bad ones. Electra film bomb with a capital B. Let me see. Yeah, I had all those films on DVD until I sold them. With a few exceptions, 2000 was a struggle decade for good superhero films. Yeah, I mean it was. Multiverse of Madness got outdone by Spider-Verse and No Way Home already. Marvel doesn't know how to handle the multiverse. Not yet. Not yet. I'm giving them some hope, but not yet. DC why you still them as a reference for moments like this. I told you I asked. No excuse not to show Wanda, Magneto, Pietro, and Polaris together. I mean, they could be able to do it in this. It wouldn't be crazy. Let Scarlet Witch be crazy. Let me see, bro. Deadpool is made for the multiverse scene. Even if Doctor Strange was better, it still probably won't top a Deadpool multiverse style movie. Nope. All right, you know how I feel about Wanda, and you know how I feel about the X-Men. Let me see. Backstage studio employee. She mentioned source material. Cut her mic off quick. She did start mentioning a bunch of stuff. This it's probably a good thing they got Quicksilver up out of there, knowing the history of Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Wolverine, hiding behind the bushes, watching. How happy am I that I have the House of M #1 variant Wanda cover on my wall? Let me see. At William Moloch, Ultimate Universe, of course. 616 Universe was married to Crystal from the Inhumans. They have a daughter, Luna. MCU dropped the ball on that. There is just too much to introduce in that forefront. If you don't introduce the characters properly, then it's never going to be introduced right. And you got to be able to grow these characters so all of that stuff can happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame the MCU for character growth that has to happen. I like if Morgan and Riri is the same age. I like Chris Evans and Scott Pilgrim. This is a lot. Cap has been my number one since the 80s. I wasn't upset with the Chris casting. I was constantly optimistic. After Cap told T'Challa to go back to Africa, I was looking at him sideways. Now he still need to catch that L. He still need to catch that L right in the chops. Jessica Alba ain't doing nothing right now. They bring her for a camera. And I think they're gonna bring back everybody. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring back everybody. Love Dwayne McDuffie's Damage Control run. Armor Wars should have been Iron Man 2's plot. It could have been. Iron Man should have known about what's going on since he stole all Shield's information and the Avengers. Exactly. Would have been great to use that in Civil War. Shouldn't do Armor Wars without Tony Stark, period. Rescue should be it as well. And we see, let me see, Jay Leno is a car fiend. I like Jay Leno's cars. He rode in Knight Rider too. He rode in Kid. That was dope. Old Cap would have been a scroll the whole time. That could have been it. I don't need RDJ to come back. Give me a new version post Secret Wars reboot. And that's what I'm looking at. Star-Lord might be taking over as the leader of the Avengers. Star-Lord leading the Avengers team will be odd. Wakanda just could just print Iron Man tech at this point. I mean, technically they can print whatever they want to. I hope she was a scroll before she started making it out with Uncle Steve. That was weird. I blame Nate Moore for Sharon Carter's trash characterization. They can always retcon it. The MCU still doesn't have mutant hate groups yet, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle that. Unless they do the Krakoa storyline, where Magneto basically mind wiped everybody to don't even remember who they were. That could be it. You know what I mean? Sharon Carter is still Steve's number one woman in the comics, and Peggy was his Gwen. Sharon is his MJ. Let me see. I wish they didn't have Cap go back to Peggy with Sharon being right there. Let me see. Yeah, I did like him going back in time. Very out of character moment. Yeah, that was weird, but again, I think they wanted to retire the character. So I guess that was the way that Chris wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But what do you guys think about this information? What do you think about what's kind of going on with these shows? I think there's a lot of good stuff that's getting ready to happen. We just gotta have just a little bit of patience. That's what I'm thinking.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
So let me get up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Drake Max Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Where's my outro? If you came to this part of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little bit more personal with me, make sure that you follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.